people. Hope everyone is good. I did very much enjoy that game of football. You know what? That's football right there. We'll get more into it. Player ratings as I go through. I'll talk about the game as well. Do it in one. Again, I'm busy this weekend, so do it all in one. Let's get it done. Class, absolutely class. Quickly on the goalkeeper. I don't want to go too long, but he had some big pivotal moments in this game, and he came out on top on all of them. I do need to watch the goal back just to see if he got a little bit lost. One thing I did notice from the goal, obviously it was no goal from Max Vorber. Mateo Joseph came off the front post. Meslier wasn't there. I think that you could look at them two for that one. But, don't know, I've not seen it back. For me, he had two big moments, two big saves to make in the game. He made them. That one-on-one was brilliant. He came out early. He came out big. He came out quick. Class goalkeeper thing. Not going to spend too long. The goalkeeper, as I said, 7.5 though. Turned up when he needed to in the moments. The defenders, yeah, I mean, bar maybe one or two moments where they did look a little off it, and a few distribution problems at times in certain moments where we didn't clear it properly as well. The one or two clearances I don't think they got right. A little bit swiped out, a little bit rushed at times in moments where you probably could have took a touch and passed it. We kind of swung at it and give it straight to them on the edge of the box 2 or 3 times. That's why they've not got higher. But again, these two at the forefront of most defensive work we do in this game. Absolutely brilliant as well. So I can't give them a low score. I'm not going to. Consistently brilliant all season. For the most part, an excellent partnership. Go through the wars every single game, especially Rodon. I hope he's all right with that little knock. But honestly, yeah, I was very impressed with these two. But there's more interesting discussions we'll have, so we'll get into them right now. I just want to quickly say on these two. Give them 7s. I think that's fair. Like I said, a few clearances, a few rush balls out at times in a very frantic end-to-end game, which we love to see. That is football. That is what we enjoy. And isn't it just funny how the manager's Daniel Farke's football isn't boring when the opposition want to play? Doesn't that make it a proper, entertaining spectacle? Nervous as a wreck? Absolutely. If we lose that game, I'm fuming. Absolutely. That's football there. That's a game of football you enjoy. And this is what he means. This is why the players are probably frustrated when teams sit back. It's not good. It's not enjoyable. And it's better for us. The crowd were there. You could feel it in the crowd as well. The crowd sounded class. Yeah, these two. Solid. Talk about the fullbacks. Max Vorber coming in at left back. He's such an interesting player to watch at left back because he's clearly a centre back. But he's clearly too good for this level. Do you know what I mean? So you can tell he's a centre back playing left back. He doesn't look like a left back, but he plays like a really good left back because he's kind of too good at this level. Just his basic on the ball ability and his decision making's too quick for the Championship, isn't it? Let's be honest. And I've been saying that for weeks now. When he comes back in, it'll be good. You know, the Middlesbrough game previously where he played, where he got destroyed, he was not fit, he was not sharp, he was not really part of the team then. Right now, he's part of it. I feel like he's just right. This is opportunity. He knows it. He's accepted it. He's just getting on with it. He wants to get Leeds United promoted in the Premier League next season. He's part of the team now. He's motivated. He's in the squad. He's ready. And yeah, in moments today, he looked ridiculous. The goal, it's difficult. It's just gone above his head. It's unlucky for me, to be honest with you. Probably could do better. Yeah. Again, he's not meant to do that. It's just gone off the top of his head. You know what I mean? It's the way it is. But I just think his interplay and his decision making is brilliant. There was 2 or 3 moments where Dork was very high and Voba was a bit too high. The other way, he kind of left him a little bit. But again, I believe that's fundamentally a lot down to the way we play. Our left side tends to have more combinations from deep to high up, ended by a ball through or a ball coming central. Whereas the right side is occupied by Dan James based on the fact that he's a very direct player off the ball. Byram sits deeper and allows Dan James that space, and balls to Dan James are usually longer ones. Whereas the left side relies on Voba to get higher because that's usually where the combinations happen. That's not really a him thing. But obviously, there were those spaces. And he did get tired. I do think he could get tired, which is natural, obviously. In the last maybe 15, 20 minutes, he did look a little tired. He did get down that side a little bit. But for the most of the game, I thought it was brilliant. He looked like a player that was very good in the Bundesliga last year. Probably shouldn't be at this level. And at left back. And Sam Byram. Love Sam Byram. Honestly. A lot of you guys are older than me. This guy was my favourite Leeds player growing up. One of the top three, anyway. I absolutely love Sam Byram. And it's so good to see him rolling back the years. That tackle is everything I absolutely love about football. Because not only did that tackle stop a counter-attack, by the way, there was a spare man beyond him. He had to make that. If he don't get there, they're in down that right side because he committed. Not only did that tackle stop the counter-attack, but it created us a goal. Excellent decision making, excellent timing, got the crowd going. Go from there. Yeah, Sam Byram was. And then the first ball for Dan James for the goal. What a pass that is. But I mean, Sam Byram's so underrated. He is so underrated, honestly. What a player. What a player. Give him an 8. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. I genuinely can't think in my mind of one time their winger on that side beat him either. Don't think it didn't really go down that side. They went to Doak, who was very high on the right, which we mentioned in the pre-game analysis we did. Doak will play really high. Sam Byram had no problems, really, did he? Solid performance from Sam Byram. Midfielders, and just before I get on to these two, I am going to plan on doing a analysis tactics video during the week or tomorrow. In the comments, let me know who you guys want me to do one on. Whether that's a player, a certain part of the game, and midfielders, the attack, the defence. Ideally a player, just for a little. I ain't got much time this week. Is there any player that I've not done one yet? I've done Tanaka. Obviously, I've done Nonto. I've done one or two others. I've done Aronson. Any more in the team? Maybe a Joe Rothwell, potentially. But I've done Snaka. Or maybe maybe a fullback, centre back, winger, another winger, striker. Let me know. But yeah, midfielders. I'm being really fair and honest. I do think again there were periods in the game where, especially late on in the first half and a little bit in the second half, about 10 to 15 minutes, where Finazaz, Hackney did find spaces and find runs beyond them again. It did happen, but again, Middlesbrough did what most teams do to us in certain situations on the pitch, where they overload centrally, and these two can't cover all them spaces. And they don't read the game defensively in certain situations quick enough to react to what's going on. But apart from them problems, again, their intensity, their on-the-ball work, their high work rate was extremely impressive, like it is every week. Joe Rothwell was brilliant again. Consistently grabbing the game, lifting up that tempo. Absolutely blitzing the tempo. And Tanaka doing exactly the same in his own way. The detail of their passes is excellent. It's hard. It's firm into feet. There's no messing around with it. They don't have any interest in slowing the game down when it can be sped up. They are genuinely the ticking, of this team. They are a key cog in it. They are so important to everything we do. Now again, this is the questions when Ethan Ampadu comes back into the team, if he even does. But if he does, which I think he does, when he's fit, by the way, that could be in 4 weeks, 5 weeks, whatever. He looked off it, obviously, but these two are staying. Not only that, for me, if you'd have asked a few weeks ago, you'd have probably said Joe Rothwell comes out just based on Ampadu's coming back in, Tanaka, da-da-da. But Rothwell is so key not only on the pitch, but actually in set pieces as well. His corners are brilliant consistently, and we've not found that. So I'm interested to see. Kind of too valuable to drop right now. Kind of too valuable. What would you guys do? I did give him slightly higher just because I thought consistently set pieces was excellent. And I just think Tanaka just Just once or twice, slightly hesitant in possession. Apart from that, again, both of them absolutely solid, as usual. The wingers, I know these next two slides are going to rile some feathers. But let me just say this, like I say this every week. I like to be harsh on wingers, all right? Like I said, worked with wingers for the last 3 years. I absolutely love doing wingers. My favourite bit of analysis, talking about wingers. I did work at uni on wingers. I was a winger. I'm harsh on these guys. I expect a lot from them, especially ones as good as these. Talk about Nanto real quick before I talk about Golden Boy Dan James. Nanto is an unbelievable player. He's very talented. He's very good. One thing he did so well in this game, really, really well, by the way, I'm not going to let it go. Defensively, helping out Thoba, sitting a little deep when he needed, covering the lines, making though there's no spaces between them to spread balls through. He was so good. Defensively, he was spot on. Perfect. In that first half. Really, really good. As the game went on, he got a little slack with it. But honestly, for the first 45 minutes defensively, he was brilliant. And that is commendable because that is a player playing for the team. That is a player sacrificing a little bit of their forward impetus to help the team and defend. That's a key part of this team. For someone that's 20 years old, a lot of maturity you've got to have in to do that for a long period of time. So he was very good in that sense. Again, for the goal, reading the game, being aggressive, scrapping for the finish. I absolutely love it. However, decision making, again, final pass, final ball, the final product of the final ball was a little off and a little consistent. 1v1s, I'm gonna die on this hill. I want you to be quicker. Stop slowing down so much in certain situations in 1v1s. There's one where it's 1v1 with a winger, with the fullback. So much space behind the fullback, so much space. He slows down, two come across to cover, and there's 2v1. He cuts inside, he has a shot, it's a decent shot, by the way. But the decision wasn't the right one initially for me. These are little things I'm looking at. Just little things. That's the reason I didn't give him a higher rating. I know he scored, and he played well. Let me clarify, he played very well. It's the right thing to start him. His intensity was excellent. He had a good game. Caused them a lot of problems. He was very good. The intensity and the kind of impact in and around the box needs to be a little more for me from Nanto. I feel like deeper is really, really good. He's really moving around. He's really effective on the game. But just in the box, I think is a little bit lax in his decision making right now. When he's real close to the box, real close to the goal, final little touches and final little decisions are not there yet. Apart from that, it was good. Dan James. He's honest. Yeah, is this controversial? Did he say he's our best player? Probably. I think he is. Well, maybe the midfielders and the defenders. He's our best attacker for me. I'll say that. Ramazani's good, but I've not seen nowhere near as Ramazani. I don't care what he did last season. Talk about in a Leeds shirt. He's been injured. Not seen what we've seen consistently from Dan James that we have Ramazani. Dan James for me is our best winger. I think he's absolutely quality. He's matured his game so much, you know. I don't think, even me included in this, by the way, I don't think we give him enough credit still. Don't think he gets enough credit. In terms of, he's just quick and all that. He's not just quick now. He's really developing his decision making. You know, that finish is an absolute joke. That crossing for the almost assist is an absolute joke. These are real fine decisions that you need to get right. Look, he had a shot in the first half, which was very badly wide, and he made a mistake there. It was the one-on-one miss just before it. His goal, where he should have finished. But this is it for me. This is it. This is how much of a threat Dan James is. 30 seconds later, he's in the exact same position. He's very high. He's very aggressive on the final man. Don't think our other wingers are as aggressive on the final man or as direct as Dan James. That's why you get so many chances. Nanto, Solomon, even Ramazani, don't really press that last man. They don't get right on that last man like Dan James does when we have the ball. They kind of want it to feet. He's gone. He absolutely commits to what he does, and I absolutely love it. That defensive run, you know the one, he came out of nowhere and won that ball in their box when their player's about to shoot, was absolutely sublime. He's a top player. If he didn't miss 2 chances, he'd have a 9. 1 or 2 times. Lost the ball. Like I said, I'm harsh on wingers. But my God, he was excellent. People talking about wingers in this league. He's the one. Right now, he's excellent in every game he plays. He has frustrations. Of course he does. That's who he is. That's his personality. That's what I absolutely love about him. I speak to Andrea during the game. He epitomises this club and what we need. We need someone who's... They don't have to be sharp. They don't have to be sublime. But he is being that right now. But what he is he's a grafter. He works his backside off with effect. He does it in the right ways where he gets results from it. He don't just do it for the sake of doing it. I mean, when you say working out, people think, yeah, it's fine to run. No, there's effect to that. There's reason to that. There's results to that. He absolutely epitomises what that is at Leeds United. He's so good. Genuinely. He's such a threat. Every single fullback this season has been spun inside and out of him just because of how quick and direct he is. So yeah, he was brilliant. Well done, Dan. Top performance. Now, you can hear it. Let me clarify this again, because I have to do it every week, because I know there's always some people in the comments that don't listen to some words I say. I was the first guy to make a hype up video about this man. I'm an analyst. Ain't no players, yes, man. If I think they can do better, I'll say they can do better. I'm not saying they're bad. That's what I'll never do. You'll never catch me saying that. They can be better. Right? More people say this. I know Mateo Joseph is a sore subject for some people. They really want to think he's a 10 out of 10 every week. He isn't, people. He's got a lot of learning to do. He's a bloody good player. And he's got a big future ahead of him. Or he can have a big future ahead of him. And there was a lot of times in this game I thought he was very good. Genuinely thought that. He works his backside off. One thing that frustrates me, and this is a huge thing and this is my experience, you've got to remember, this is my point of view. Not the right one, it's mine. When I was at uni and was talking about pressing, the most important part of the press is that last 1%. Taylor Joseph's press for 99% is so good. He's quick and aggressive and he goes direct. The issue is that final 1%. He slows right at the point where he should be going full on and winning that ball. There's so many times where he gets the man so quick. He just has to keep going for 1 second and he's blocked the guy we're in, or they've got a throw in. But that last split second, he slows and he doesn't quite commit that final bit. That final bit is the product of the press. That's the final part. That's the part where you've got to go through the man. You've got to go into that ball. And he just slows and he doesn't commit right at the very end. And that's something he needs to do. He's in the team to press. And he's very good at it. And there's times where he does do it. There's times where he stops, slows down at the end when he can get there and he can block it. So that's one thing that I just need him to improve on. Also, not necessarily the chance creation, but his movement in the box is inconsistent. And he's a young man. Going to be. People deny the fact that he does anything wrong. That's what frustrates me. Every player in this team does things wrong. He does a lot of good things right, and it was the right decision to play him today. Even in hindsight, it was the right decision to play him. He did everything well. He worked them defenders tirelessly. His movement was good. 1 or 2 times when he came to feet as well, he didn't trap it. He tried to get in too much of a physical battle with the defender instead of trapping the ball like Rutter used to do last season. He'd try and do something before the ball's trapped. Trap the ball. Know where the defender is. Then you'll win that battle because you can feel him. You know where he is. It's little things. The ball across the goal. See, when Mateo Joseph came to Leeds United originally, that ball right across that he didn't get on, you know the one. about 3 yards out. Theo Joseph, when he arrived, would have got that. That was him. That's what he did. He's become such a better footballer in the past 3 years. Genuinely such a much better footballer. I just feel like he needs to refocus a little bit on that instinct and gut around in the box. Because the goal, the first one for the front post was a great run. The defender gets there in front because the defender reads it, great defending. That's a great run. It's just the other ones. And he's very good at that one. He does that one a lot. It's the other ones in behind. When we go to the back post, it's them ones that struggles a little bit. Look at the position, and it's 2 crosses similar. He's just hiding behind the defenders. He's not really in a position where they can pick him out. And as a striker, you have to run into a space where you can be picked out. That's the point of it, right? And he didn't. And if he just commits towards the goal a little bit more, he taps at him from 2 yards out. I'm going, unbelievable. That's what you need to do. So that's it. Those things are what we're missing from his game for me. Very good game. Did a lot of right things. Just them little things that he's missing. But the good thing is, we have the options. We have him, and we have a clinical goal scorer who can come on. I do believe he will become that clinical goal scorer in his career. Because he's got it. And when he arrived at Leeds, that's what he was. For the most part, that's what he was. It's there. He just works so much on everything else. Very quickly as well. He's been thrown into this team, by the way. This is what I mean. You've got to learn a lot as a young man. It's tough. Come into a team, top of the championship. Your previous experiences under 21s football. It's a lot of pressure. And you've got so much to learn. So much to learn. I hope that's fair. I hope people don't lose their minds. It's just a 6. It's a good performance. Was he better than most on that pitch? I don't think so. And the guy next to him is going to be even more polarising. I've seen people say he was 10 out of 10. I've seen people say he was terrible. Again, if I'd have done this video about Brendan Aronson, another video I did about Brendan Aronson, this game, I could have got every clip I needed from this game. This game epitomises everything me and a lot of you guys have been saying about Brendan Aronson. Every single thing. In those half spaces, he's such a good option. He's so important. How many times at the edge of that box did we get it where he just gets it in those spaces and turns? Creates chances for us. Unmarkable. You know? So good at that. Excellent. Fantastic. And usually the ball after that, for a certain period of time in the game, was the wrong decision. And his confidence thing's still there with Aronson. And what I mean by that is, when Aronson was confident, when we first got him in, what he would do from deep would drive, and he'd drive and drive and drive. He would not slow down and stop. He would drive. What he's doing now, I feel, when he's on that half turn, he does the half turn and quickly looks for a pass in situations where there's so much space to drive into it. There was 2 or 3 times where he stopped when he's driving into space. I'm thinking, what are you doing? Confident Brendan Aronson doesn't stop there. He drives. That's what he's good at. He loves that bit. That's part of his game. I've been there as a winger or as an attacking player where you're driving, you're dribbling. You know that's what you're good at. That confidence of, but if I'm in this position, that means it's on me. Gets into your brain. But like I said, it happens. I just need him to commit to the drive a few times. He stopped. And there's no need at times. Time did it right, but there's some times where he needs to keep going. His decision making needs to improve. Again, finding those spaces and creating these chances, having shots on goal, carrying around the box, work rate with results, winning the ball back in midfield. And there was times I think he grew into the game again for me, and he got better and better. He's really effective, and this was probably, I know I've given him a 6.5 because he's still key parts needs to improve. This is probably one of his better performances. I know it's not the highest rating. In certain aspects, it was one of his better performances. I think he put in one hell of a shift with results, with an end product in terms of the shift he put in. Not an end product in terms of, on the ball. It's consistently. So much. And he's so wasteful at the same time. And it's the same for him and Matteo in the sense that it's almost the opposite of what they came here. Not so. Aronson, when he first joined Leeds, that dribble, drive, that turn on half space, but then that dribble from deep, boom, 2 or 3 of them gone in seconds. That's the player we signed. Just missing that edge. Decision making and confidence is part of that. Decision making is obviously linked to confidence. It's the same for both. Yeah. I just want to talk about the subs real quick before I mention the manager. These two changed the game for me. Came on in a period around 70th minute where we were struggling. We didn't quite have the calmness and clean decision making in the final third. We kept losing it. It was all a bit erratic. What these two do very well, and it's extremely underrated, especially Solomon. He's so clean and concise on the ball. It's not erratic with it. That might not mean he's the most direct 1v1 winger, but he makes decisions. Now he's sharp. He's making decisions quickly, and they're concise, they're confident decisions. If he's cutting inside, he's cutting inside, and he'll commit to it, and he'll find a pass, and it's a good pass. You know what I mean? His decision making's better. I just wish he'll take riskier ones at times. But in this game, he came on and defended really good. He won a lot of fouls. His first 2 actions, I believe, were winning fouls. Held the width, and then cut inside when he had to. It was fresh. It's what he needed to do when he came on. I thought he changed the game very much. He's very secure in possession, and that's the key part. Same for Joe Perot. Joe Perot found some good spaces. Exploited their gaps, found some good spaces, got the assist. Could have had another one. That's what he's good at, Joe Perot. That's his role. It's time. Wait, if Joe Perot finds a little space with runners beyond him, he'll find them. He's good at that. He's instinctive. He knows where they're going to be. I thought these two really controlled and calmed the game for me. I want to talk about this man. Joshua Gulavogui again. When Nonto scored, you see what he did? He went up to Gulavogui. He said the goal was because of him or something like that. This guy could genuinely be, in the weirdest way, in the way that doesn't make sense, probably the best signing. In the sense, everything you hear from the players and the staff and everything is this guy is a true winner. An experienced guy who's played for the French national team. He's played in the Champions League, the Bundesliga for 200 times. This guy is a proper top player. He's not got it in him anymore that he used to. But every young man, this guy has done everything that they want to do in their career. Everything. So to have him there with the energy and the mentality that he has must be so vital to these players. So I just want to shout out to him and shout out to the manager as well. Got this absolutely right. People were telling me on Joe's show that this guy has no tactics. He doesn't know what he's doing. It's a bad managed team. It's a badly coached team. This team is extremely well coached beyond belief. Say what you like about his football. Say what you like about his changes. This team is so well coached. So, but yeah, that's it, people. Let me know what you guys think. And let me know which player you want me to do a video on. I'm leaning to Matteo. I know that'll get some people angry. Even though it'll be fair. I'll be positive and I'll talk about improvements I think he could make. Maybe a Dan James one. That'd be good. That would be very positive. But let me know anyway. See you guys in a bit. Thank you for the support. You're all legendary. Bye-bye.